Так, продолжаем наше приключение в Бруме. Стараюсь в этот раз не уснуть.
The rest. Get it? Sorry, old joke.
Так, тут произошла шутка.
Name's Ionala. Ionala Darkheart. Best archer in Bruma, and perhaps all of Cyrodiil. Hello? Of course.
Fine cuts
But knowledge
for a
is
fair
a commodity
price,
like
and
any
bargain
other,
cuts for a
and my
bargain
services
price.
come at a cost. I offer archery training, for a price, to any who wish to learn and fight for coin and glory. Other than that, what more is there to do? Other than drink some fine ale at the tavern, of course. Svenja and Erenir will talk your ear off about what the Fighters Guild does or doesn't mean to them. But for me, it's simple. To be in the Fighters Guild is to have a chance at true glory. One day, all of Tamriel will sing my name, and it will have all started here. The coin paid for each job doesn't hurt either. That comes as part of the job. But that's what this is. A job. At the end of the day, if there wasn't a reward for contracts, then none of us would be here. Well, maybe apart from Svenja. Most of the romantic types do. As I should be. My great-grandma Etla, they say she killed a man from over 300 yards. Talk about a good shot. From one master to another.
Так,
See
все
you around.
понятно.
Ralgar Silverplow, retired hunter and tracker at your service. Can I help you? Aye, that I am. Married in the true Nord way to my wife Felki. She might be a little talkative sometimes, what with all her stories of myths and nonsense and whatnot. But she is a good woman. At least I'm not like that, eh? Goodbye.
Ho ho! Fresh meat in Bruma.
Ага.
What can I get for you? Have a browse. Let me know if you like what you see. You're right, there aren't. It doesn't surprise me. The biting chill up here is a far cry from the golden sun of Hammerfell. Far cry from the lukewarm of the rest of Sirodil, too, now that I think about it. Doesn't bother me as much as most. Then again, I spend most of my time in my house, with a nice warm hearth to keep me cozy. Skingrad didn't have as many lucrative opportunities as I would have liked, so I got thinking, how can I make my fortune? One of my friends, a Nord guy by the name of Nolir, he was insane for meat. Put a steak in front of his face and throw it all the way to Coral. He'd run after it like a rabid dog. He gave me the idea. I thought to myself, if the Nords love meat so much, why not cater directly to that need? Cut out the innkeeper, middleman, and let the Nords come to a dedicated butcher? And so I did exactly that. So. I mean, it's good, and I'm earning a decent living, but I guess I expected more. Here in Bruma, the most Nordic place in all Cyrodiil, I expected my meat to be selling by the bucket load. Nords and their appetite for meat and all. Seems what I didn't consider is that the Nords love meat just as much as they love fighting. They'll go out and strangle a deer to death, which you can probably guess undermines my business somewhat. Still, I'm doing all right. For a butcher.
Бачу. Так,
See you around.
что у нас тут вообще? Решил
Can I
побыть
help you?
покупателем? Так, надо этих товарищей будет прирезать.
Good afternoon. What is it? Good afternoon.
To fail at a simple job like that. No way it was just... That's none of your... I'm a mercenary. Been one for years now, and I don't often... But this last time, I did fail, but not through any fault of my own. Cut out the sarcasm. If you want to help me, if you want the honor of... I'd been hired by some anonymous noble to clear out a cave full of My wife came with... Things were going well until we were ambushed. They bound us and gagged us, left us disarmed. I managed to escape my captivity, but when I got... I've been searching for her damn near a whole year now. No success. Praise Malachite. The best place to start is probably the castle. Ask the nobles, see if they know anything.
Продолжаем обрастать заданиями. Ты прямо тут спишь и работаешь. Ну ладно.
I've got rooms, I've got food and drinks, and... Okay. If any of it's gone off, just let me know.
Так. У тебя тут... нет, спасибо. О,
Seems to me you're starting trouble asking questions like that. This is a fine establishment. We don't pretend to be more than we are, though. Now, what can I get you? Then go over to the Gerald View if it suits you better. Me, I think this inn has more character than Mr. Stantis Fancy Pants' little establishment. Well, honestly, sometimes I do. I'm only saying this because I suspect you might be able to help me out. You see, there's this snooty Altmer that came through here a few days back. One of those haughty Alinor types. Newcomer to Bruma. Well, he came here, not realizing that the Gerald View might have been more to his tastes. After he witnessed a few of our, morally gray activities and an exceptional display of promiscuity, well, he decided to leave. Now, in his outrage and disgust, he's planning to try and press charges against my tavern. If you could just talk him down, I'd appreciate it. Because I can pay you, and I'm just too charming to resist. Why wouldn't you help me? Great. He's probably storming around town right now, trying to rabble-rouse against the Watchmen. Put a stop to it.
так, ну мне все равно делать нечего, да. Вот. Все сюда.
Hey, watch it!
Так. Давай, прибирайся. Это что у нас? А, это здесь номер можно снять. О, какие-то у вас тут бюджетные номера.
Farewell.
Hello there. Goodbye.
Good afternoon. Goodbye.
Так. Хорошо, откуда это у нас что?
I see you're a fan of bulky, weighty weapons. That's the right way to be.
Yes, come to hear of an old... You bet I would. But I'm sorry if this comes across the wrong way, traveler, but... Well, I'm poor. I'm no good for jobs anymore, and people aren't going to pay you for just existing. So, tell you what, you give me a couple of septims, and I'll regale you with some stories. Sound like a fair trade, stranger? Thanks, stranger. Rare to see such a generous sort here in Bruma. It was a bright, sunny Turdas and Whiterun Hold. I was hanging around Dragon's Reach, hoping to meet a rich noble lady and strike up a conversation. What can I say? I was young and naive. Imagine my surprise when out of the keep, instead of a noblewoman, comes a beautiful battle maiden, covered head to toe in beautifully crafted steel. She carried a huge steel claymore on her back, and I have no doubt that she'd have wielded it just as well, if not better, than any of the city guard. Paralyzed by panic, I remained silent, dared not to say anything to her, even as she was breathing in my face. She chuckled, then asked me if I was up for a challenge. Said there were some bandits in a local cave, marked it on my map, and challenged me to clear it out. Blinded by my own lust, I accepted. She handed me that glistening greatsword she carried on her back. I wasn't trained with a weapon, but I was strong. I could hold it, unlike most. She said she was impressed by that. So I took the greatsword to the cave she had described. Well, it was actually a mine of sorts. Embershard, they called it. I headed inside. Down the slope, I could just see, through the gloom, the red glowing eyes of a Dunmer. I assumed he was a bandit, but I wanted to be sure. Foolish and young. That was me. So, like a damned fool, I called out to him. "What are you doing down here?" I asked. He said nothing, but I saw his eyes narrow with anger in the dark. Then they got larger and larger, and I heard footsteps. He was coming towards me. I was done for. Then, all of a sudden, I heard a clink. The Dunmer had stepped on a pressure plate. And just like that, a whole pile of boulders came crashing down from the rafters and crushed him under them. That was one bandit dealt with. His screams as he died, and the sound of the rocks falling, attracted the attention of the rest of the bandits in the mine. I heard who I can only assume was their leader shout, in his typically guttural orcish voice, "Seems like we've got company, boys. Weapons out. Eyes peeled. Let's go." I hid in the darkness, once again paralyzed by fear and doubt. Then an idea struck me. What if I made a trap of my own? I took the Battle Maiden's longsword and put it up in the rafters where the boulders were. I rearmed the pressure plate to the best of my abilities. Just as I was finished, the orc rounded the corner, as did a band of other brigands. One of them held a torch and waved it around to illuminate the whole entranceway. Soon enough, they saw me. That was it. My big moment. My life or my death. The orc saw the boulders on the ground. I can only assume he took it as a sign that the trap had already been triggered and was safe to stand on. And so he stood on the plate. That was his big mistake. The great sword came careening down from the rafters with a force the likes of which I'd never seen before. By the blessings of Stendar, it impaled him straight through the gut. He bled what looked like lakes full of blood. And no sooner had I blinked than he died. The rest of the bandits very close behind him tripped over his flailing feet as he fell. They went diving headfirst into the rocks that lay on the ground, and the blow on the head ended them too. It was then that the door opened behind me. My heart damn near stopped. The bandits wanted their retribution, I thought. My life's reached its end. But it was the Battle Maiden. She had realized I might have taken her joke seriously, and so she came to try to warn me before it was too late. She saw them all there, lying dead, including the orc who had the greatsword still sticking out of him. Her eyes widened in shock. Let's just say I was economical with the truth when explaining what happened during the encounter. It was then she told me she was one of the companions, an order of warriors based out of Whiterun. She said I had what it takes to be one of them, and so I joined up the next day. And that's the story of how a few happy accidents got me into a life of adventuring, I suppose. Funny the way the world works.
Что ж, интересная история.
See you around.
Рынок. Что у нас на рынке?
Here to browse my fine selection of ancient Nordic items? A slice of Nordic heritage, right here in Sirodil. Many of them I collected during my adventuring days. I used to wander Skyrim in search of opportunity and adventure. I went through my fair share of Nordic ruins back in those days, and I took a liking to the ancient Nordic metalwork. So, I began to collect them as I adventured, and when I finally decided to settle down, I had quite an extent. As it happens, yes. If you happen to come across any in your travels, excellent! Selling only the best goods for your convenience and satisfaction. Goodbye.
Yes, traveler? What do you need? I am privileged to enjoy quite a comfortable life, but I do... The Great War took its toll on us. On all Sirodil. She may not look so different on the surface,
Before you ask, I don't
but her
sell
spirit
poisons.
writhes
Like,
in agony.
really, I wish people would stop asking.
Ты меня двигаешь.
Hello.
Can I help you? Potions, elixirs. There wasn't already an alchemist in town when I came up here, and I figured it was a burgeoning market and a ripe opportunity. Fortune favors the bold, or so they say. No, there aren't. Doesn't matter much to me, but sometimes I do feel kind of isolated among all the Nords and Imperials. I'm always on the lookout for ingredients. Tending this stall leaves me little time to gather ingredients in the wilderness, and the Timberwolves are always a threat regardless. Tell you what, you bring me some clouded funnel, cairn bolete, and milk thistle.
Выпадает файл иногда.
Thanks. Get back to me with the ingredients, and you'll get your coin. Goodbye.
It's all for sale. Just let me know when you've made up your mind.
Что ты купил? Так. Все? Интересно, такое продается.
All right, I suppose. My sales pitch isn't very good, I know, but I still... you can... Yeah, don't worry though, I'm a much better tailor than I am a merchant.
Ладно.
Damnable tavern! Damnable owner! How dare he allow that lizard to engage in such a salacious display? It's a dingy squat filled with criminals, rats, and lice. The amount of underhanded deals and crooked business that goes on there, it beggars belief! I want its proprietor to land in hot water with our dear guard captain. He deserves it, no? Say, Would you help me with that? You should help me because the tavern is filled with criminals. They deal with bandits. Surely it's only right that they face justice for what they do? I am not used to... Ha! That isn't going to happen, I'm afraid. Ha! That isn't going to happen, I'm afraid.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Ладно. Так.
For clothing sale, I mean, clothing for sale.
Так, чемпиона. Ну, рассказывай.
Hello? Excuse me, but have you ever heard of the champion of Sirodil? Yes, indeed. And my great... Well, anyway, my very, very distant grandfather. He fought alongside the champion. He was at the Battle of Bruma. He was the captain of the guard, no less. How rude! You mean to say you don't find the champion of Sirodil interesting? You won't even entertain conversation about it? Then I have no further time for you. Have a browse. Let me know if you like what you see.
Сила чемпиона. О, мощная.
Well, my the first Birdson was born after Bird's death. Given his fame and status as captain of the guard, he felt he was worthy of making a name. It's been that way for generations. Well, the champion of Sirodil saved the entire world. Why not revere him?
Давай,
Welcome to the
показывай.
Hall of the Champion, the only museum of the champion of Sirodil in the Imperial Province. While some call it a place of learning, I imagine it as an altar to the champion's greatness. I offer exclusive tours of the museum with thrilling explanations of the significance of each artifact. Only 20 septims for a fantastical retelling of the champion's exploits.
Ну, давай.
Thank you for your contribution. Now please, follow me. Oh, goody, you're in for a treat. Our tour begins with the prison. The champion of Sirodil was discovered by His Imperial Majesty Uriel Septim VII in the Imperial Dungeon. These are the manacles which the champion wore. A priceless artifact, I assure you, which I acquired at a princely sum. The champion was with the Emperor when he was slain by the cowardly assassins of the Mythic Dawn. Such a shame. But without this grave incident, the champion would never have risen to prominence. This is a cuirass of Kvatch. It's not the actual cuirass the champion was rewarded for services to the city, but it was touched by the champion when they brushed by a guardsman on the way in. Kvatch was the first city saved by the champion during the Oblivion Crisis. They bravely entered the land of Daedra and broke the siege of the city. An ordinary piece of fabric. How could this be interesting? Must be a placeholder. Except it's not! The champion used this handkerchief to blow their... It was reclaimed by an old merchant during a trip to the ruins north of the city. Can you believe it? The essence of the champion, preserved for us to see and touch. Touching the handkerchief is 50 septims. Would you like to touch the handkerchief? Because it's an artifact of the champion of Cyrodiil. Why else? There you go. Just touch it. Feel your hands caress it. So, what do you think?
Мы не сможем посмотреть.
Yes, from the records I've studied on the subject, the champion of Cyrodiil had a terrible case of rock joint at the time. Caused them to blow their nose constantly. Anyway, let's move to the next display.
У нас не добавилось ничего сюрприза. Ну, хоть не заразил ничем. Давай дальше.
Ah, now this is a treat. The Sword of Bird, my family's progenitor. Bird was captain of the Bruma Guard and fought alongside the champion during the Battle of Bruma. Ever since, my family has taken the name Birdson to remember the great warrior from whom we stem. Touching the sword is 50 septims. Would you like to touch the sword? Because it belonged to my great-great... grandfather. Fine, your loss. Fine, your loss. Let's move on to... Finally, here we have my most prized possession. The finger of the champion. Many say the champion disappeared after the crisis. But I know better. My theory is that the champion died following a great battle with a were-minotaur, a vampire, and a unicorn. Before the champion's body could be lost to the earth, it was carried away by woodland creatures at the behest of Kinnereth. Unfortunately, a band of Khajiit stole the body when it was being carried by a troop of squirrels. Before the body could be lost, an Argonian mercenary. Well, I won't bother you with the whole story. Just a theory of mine. However, if my theory is correct, then I have recovered one of the last parts of the body, the finger bone, and can present it to you today. The other display cases enclose other items that were owned by the champion. Swords, shields, brooches, silverware, all very exciting. I also sell Champion's Vigor, a potion distilled from the herbs the champion was said to consume each morning. And you can have a portrait painted of you with the champion's finger. But you need to give a week's notice. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Come back if you have any questions about the champion.
Ой, мне кажется, это вот просто чья-то кисть. Так, сколько у нас тут замков? Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Можно даже уровень получить. Так, продолжаем исследовать здание. Или нет, вылет. Так, надеюсь, сохранилось, когда я выходил из музея. Ну что ж, небольшой перерыв. Так, мы вернулись.
Good afternoon.
Угу. Что это за домик? Без входа.
Nord artifacts. Get a slice of Skyrim right here in Cyrodiil.
I'm here to uphold the law. I advise you not to break it.
Да-да-да. Интересно. Просто это заготовка.
Can I help you?
А это кто?
Hello? There's some bard down at the tavern playing a real awful racket. Hope he leaves soon, or we might just have to run him out of town.
Маловато, говорят, в городе.
See you.
Увидимся. Ничего не слышал?
Heard there were ogres around. Be careful, traveler.
Спасибо. Так, ну что, сохранимся. Обычно вылеты здесь случайные. Я жалею, что я начал HD-версию. Возможно, в SD-версии таких вылетов нет. Ага. То есть это вылет не случайный. Это грустно. Ну что, мы тогда не заходим сюда. Так, я надеюсь, мы разведали уже все. Интересно у тебя тут. Однотонный.
You are not fit to stand before me. Begone, wastrel. The hat? The hat? You dare refer to it as a hat? This bumpkin is a Colovian fur elm. They were all the rage back in the Third Era, though their popularity has since waned. But I, the illustrious Reed Olivan Toad, am spearheading their revival. Not only am I a pioneer of music, I am also a pioneer of fine fashions. Soon, when you see all and sundry walking around sporting them, you'll know in the back of your mind that we not even Tone was there first. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
You wouldn't know high fashion if beat you senseless. So let's not tempt high fashion. Huh, Pissin' Rube? Of course I am. A true Nord knows that boasting is appropriate when it is called for. And we not even Tone knows this well. Or are you insulting my ability, bumpkin? Don't tempt me. To clunk you over the head with my flute or my lute, or bludgeon you with my fiddle. I know, I will travel to Daggerfall, grab one of those fancy bread knobs and spank you with it. Oh, or I could slam you with a tambourine so vigorously that every Bruma citizen could hear it. That would make you the joke of the day. Oh, look, there goes the tambourine man. Tambourine woman just doesn't have the same ring to it. Tambourine lady, maybe. How's that sound, Pissin' Rube?
Писал. Ай, так. Казна пуста, милорд. Ковер. Неплохо у тебя дом, Барт. Чем тебе кровать двуспальная? Это помещение для занятий. Еще у него есть подвал. Ой, не знаю, зачем его есть было подвал делать. Может, просто модельки такие натыкали.
Damn it! If only that infernal bard would shut his mouth. Is you around?
Why not go somewhere more agreeable? Reside at the Resplendence Boutique of Magical One.
Так, кто у нас тут? Я здесь был? Или
This
нет?
here's Hogard's shop, the Northern Arms. He works the forge, I make the shop work. Bad pun, sorry. Hello. About me? Not really much to tell. No, there really isn't. Not that I want to talk about anyway.
Интересно.
The sharpest swords, the heftiest axes.
Не работает. Подкова. А, это, может, можно ли лошадей? Лошадей. Так.
Until next time.
Пока. Так, что у нас? Я тут был. Еще, как вы слышите, чтобы напомнить, что мы в северной части Сиродила, в домах завывает ветер. Поскольку здесь бывает случайные вылеты, чаще сохраняемся.
Somewhere not dark, where we won't be attacked by monsters or bandits, and a great source for sweet rolls.
Ну да.
Heard bandits have set up and plundered mine. Damned brigands.
Hello.
We clear them out, they always come back.
I'm Ruchia of the Jucani family. Not really much more to tell. See you.
Hello, I am Afana Adichie. I'm part of the Bruma court. Rather high ranking in it, too. Anyway, is there anything you needed? Do? Oh, well, I suppose I don't really do anything in particular. I mean, I help out the Count when needed, of course. My father owned land outside of Bruma, and after some lucrative business with the Carvanes, became well respected. I inherited what he owned when he passed, and, well, here I am. Oh, but I do love conversations like this. Feel free to come back and chat about it again sometime. Let me think. There was one raid Simond organized last I remember. Never mentioned it to me. Always been a quiet fellow, but I saw it in his journal. Hey, I was just looking down in the cellar. We're out of Greenwood mead still, it looks like. We've been out for a week now. What's going on?
I wrote the order up ages ago, but I can't track down our courier. As soon as we get someone to deliver it, the mead should start flowing again.
I see. Well, let's hope the courier turns up sooner rather than later. See you around. What is it? Never mentioned it to me. Always been a quiet fellow, but I saw it in his journal. Well, yes. He's one of those mysterious men, you know? Just has an aura about him. Piques a lady's interest. You can't blame me for peeking in his journal, I hope. We all have our vices.
Не будем винить. Так.
No, truth told. Though I imagine you could just check Simmons' journal if you wanted to do that. I obviously couldn't endorse such behavior, though. Goes without saying, I suppose.
Так.
In his quarters, of course. Though you may need a key to get inside. Well, maybe I do. I'm a terrible liar. Okay, I have one. But I obviously couldn't give it to you now, could I? Unless you could always do me a favor. Here's what we'll do. I'll give you the key to Simmons' quarters, and you can do whatever you wish. But in return, you have to leave this note in his drawer. No need to read it. It's sentimental. Oh, fantastic. Here you go. I eagerly await your return.
И, конечно же, мы его прочитаем. Так. А вам так удобно, да?
Hello. Life as a stable master isn't so bad. Though, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but according to a few people near... Sadly, I haven't had the time to look into it. Believe me, traveler, if you do that for me, I'd be very grateful. Like I said, it went off to the north. I'd start there.
Интересно, буду я вот это все выполнять или нет? Так.
Can I help you? His name is Renard, even toned. Damned fool apparently thinks
Finally!
you can
a
hear
warm
his
fire.
terrible. The
This is
beggar,
absolutely
Relante,
blissful.
has shown a particular interest.
And no, before you, say
could go
dragon fire is
speak
the
with
same
him.
thing, it's not.
Perhaps he'd even pay you.
Stennar Seno at your service. I'm no Nord, but I'll keep drinking mead until I become one. Well, I would be, but unfortunately I've got some debts to pay off. Sorry, lass. That's something a man like me keeps private.
Be more careful.
I'm proud of my ancestry. As should you be, fellow Nord. Just like old times.
How dare he allow that lizard to
Bye.
engage in such a salacious
Wine,
display?
mead, ale, water.
What is it?
What will it be?
Bye. The Gerald View is quite an agreeable venue. So, you wouldn't have. Stantis recently hired me to replace who was, by all accounts, a particular... Yes, by all accounts, quite a shocking excuse for a bard. So, want a song? See you. Can I help you?
Can I help you?
Come, warm yourself by the hearth. Business at the Gerald View is always good. We strongly believe that if you build it, they will come. There is something, actually. Here. The powers that be, as it... I need the shipping request delivered to Greenwood. My regular courier is unavailable. If you're able to act in... Excellent. Take this to Afor Formalius at Greenwood, down where the Gerals meet the Great Forest. I'll deliver payment on your return. Goodbye. Careful there.
Welcome to the Gerald View. As a matter of fact, perhaps so. We're currently waiting on a delivery of cider from Applewatch, but, well, it's late. I don't think anything bad has happened. Poor Avon's I'd be happy to provide you with the... Excellent. Applewatch is just to the west of Bruma. Please, hurry.
Больше квестов, больше. Ну что ж, неплохая модификация. Дополнение, как видите. Большие задания, дополнительные задания. Ой, подвал. Ну. Книжечка. Ну, да, однотипный подвал, конечно, ковер красивый. А здесь у нас, наверное, тоже ничего. И ветер дует. Ну, я думаю, в подвале он не должен быть звук этот. Ну ладно. Окон там нет. Через двери так оно уже не должно такого быть. Нравится и так, ладно. Так, а где вообще мы?
Please, madam. Just one coin is all I ask.
Братишка, монетку дай. Ну что, давайте в замок Брума. О, видите, тут посидеть можно. Тут нельзя. Ну, как-то так.
Excuse me, sorry to bother. I don't suppose you've seen any priceless Sakaviri heirlooms gallivanting around Bruma, have you? As I suspected, sorry to bother you, citizen. Just, let me know if any do crop up, yeah? A whole lot of uproar about nothing, that's what. The Count's been nagging my life and soul out about the damn things.
Так.
You see, the Carvanes have a sort of family tradition. They've acquired a taste for Akaviri artifacts, constantly collecting more and more. Been going on for centuries now. Well, it turns out poor old Count Desilus, Count Carvane, isn't too happy that his collection's been stolen. No, not tensions as such, just... I'm tired. I've had 4 sleepless nights in a row. The Count's talking my ear off about these artifacts, and it's stopping me from tending to more important issues. Not that I'm disloyal to Count Carvane, of course. I've never had reason to dislike our ruler. Better him than some of the other counts and countesses in the province. Well, that's... who am I kidding? Absolutely. This is driving me crazy. Just bring them back to me when you found them, and I'll be extremely appreciative. And I mean extremely appreciative. Seriously. I feel like offing myself right about now.
Так, у нас большое задание.
Not in particular. Then again, the lowlives of Bruma don't exactly hide themselves all that well. The shadier tavern in town, the Restful Watchman, full of thieves, bandits, thugs, and other miscreants, might be a decent place to start your search. I have no idea how they'd manage that, honestly. Either adept stealth or good luck. Probably a bit of both. I'm not too sure on the details of that, to be honest. Rignar, the castle steward, was the first one who noticed them missing. Might be worth speaking to him, if you think that's interesting evidence to dig up.
Так, значит, управляющий.
Almost definitely the resale value. Akaviri artifacts are very often one of a kind, and they can fetch a very high price to the right buyers. Someone possessing those artifacts could find themselves becoming very wealthy very quickly. I suspect that's the motive here. Akaviri artifacts, I don't know anything more specific than that. Rignar and the Count both told me, but honestly it flew in one ear and out the other. If you want to know exactly what artifacts to keep your eyes peeled for, talk to Rignar. I'm sure he can help you more there. It's tough. On one side, you've got criminals, the kind that like to hide behind law and policy to wriggle out of justice. On the other, you've got politics, constantly meddling in our affairs as everyone walks on eggshells. And here I am in the center, just trying to make things work for the people. Sometimes I wish I'd stayed down in the Imperial City. Yep, me and my family. Wife and children are still there, in fact. Left because the place is swarming with people. Hard to find any work. Came up here, couldn't find much work either, joined the guard on a whim. Saw a lot, rose to the ranks. And now I'm guard captain. Funny how things work out. I try to take my duties seriously, and send as much as I can back to my loved ones. More than you might think. Between the Count, the White Gold Concordat, and all the other treaties, the rules are constantly changing. All I want to do is protect these people, jail criminals, earn my keep. And then the damned wind changes, and with it, the law. And then, what do you know, I'm supposed to jail this group, and that group, and the other group. And for what? For politics. Despite it all, though, I wouldn't trade this job for the world. It's rewarding, fulfilling, and at least it lets me provide for myself and my family. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. We have it fairly okay compared to some other parts of the province. The problem is that the criminals here aren't driven to it out of desperation. They just want the coin, to get rich. They know how to game the system. Except D'Artagnan. He's... well, never mind. I've probably told you too much. You're right. Well, listen. D'Artagna's a thief. Likes to call himself a cat burglar. Funny Khajiit sense of humor. But it's funny, he steals from those who don't deserve what they have. Like, say, other thieves or power-mad politicians. And then he sells the stuff. With a discount for those who truly need it, no less. I don't understand that cat. But I can't really complain. As thieves go, he's one of the better ones. But he currently has charges leveled against him from Cetus, the owner of Icewind Traders. So that's that.
Так, кот у нас Робин Гуд, но...
Bye.
Такой. Немножко зарабатывающий золото. Огромный замок. Подземелье. Трон. Такой скромненький трон. Клинки. Клинки. И такой же трон для обеда. Два трона. Интересно. Служебное помещение. Пуп-пуп-пуп. Ну, давайте смотреть. Золото просто лежит. Ну вы, ребятки, молодцы. Что? Так, у нас еще замочки. А это... Полезного тут ничего не будет. Подожди, что тут это? Ишь ты, присматривай. Это замочки, это опыт.
Goodbye.
Oh no, you're not getting away so easily. Time to die.
In the name of Queen Recorder, off with your head.
Something. Found you. I will shred you. Tear you. Mince
How
you.
does a blade to your heart sound? Or maybe your neck? Feeling
Please, leave me.
Заходить сейчас.
I'm...
I needed a water bath, but I guess your blood will do.
This is futile. Give in. Just a bruise.
As much as I enjoy fighting, I really need to work on my files, so could you just lie down and die? You will be winning this battle, or any more to come. You're so pathetic. You actually think you can win? Die! Let's play a game. It's called Who's...
Sorry, but you've got to go.
Здесь что? В гостевое крыло можно зайти?
Do you need something? Hello. Yes. There was Strong Minds operation. That's about all I can remember, though. Goodbye.
I'm Sinja. Sinja Strongmind. I'm one of the nobles of County Bruma. Is there anything I can help you with? I heard of 2 raids on bandits in the last few months. There was Operation Strong Arm, and another. The other one was on Amidas, if memory serves. But Strong Arm was my idea. Afraid that's all I can remember, though. Things move quickly here in the castle. I hired just some common, everyday mercenaries, really. Nothing particularly special about them, as far as I recall. They were holed up in plundered mine, as far as I remember. More have probably moved in by now, sadly. I swear, bandits breed faster than skeevers in a keck of Blackbriar. Yes, it was. The bandits were cleared out, and the ringleader killed. Minimal casualties on our side. Goodbye.
Они что, спать ложатся?
Greetings. Nothing that I recall. Apologies. Farewell.
Депник.
Marcius Carvane, Viscount Bruma. The title garners a lot of respect and a fair few privileges. Anyway, how can I help you? I am Marcius Carvane, Viscount Bruma, at your service. Have you read my book by any chance?
Viscount. Так, давай.
What is it?
Давай, рассказывай.
The usual, honest citizens, wild animals, bandits, all in one melting pot. That and stubborn Talos worshippers. They've always been a risk to Bruma since the Concordat. Old habits die hard. It's quite interesting. It also affords me a fair amount of respect. Being the Count's second in command is no mean feat.
Правая рука графа. Вы же поняли, про что он?
As Viscount, I'm a sort of secondary Count, if you will. I deal with a lot of the same duties as the Count, albeit deferring to him. Often, when the Count is busy with other matters, he delegates lesser affairs to me. Yes, an explorer's guide to Skyrim. Very popular in Skyrim. Seems to turn up in the most unusual of places. Farewell.
Ma'am?
I'm the Count Steward here in Bruma. If there is anything you need, I'll try my best to help you. So the guard captain's actually looking into it. Excellent. Can't have the Carvane artifact collection lost to some random burglar. I didn't know. I was just doing the rounds here in the castle. I was about to go to bed for the night when I noticed something. Normally there's a little glint in the corner of my eye. The light bouncing off of one of the Akaviri amulets. But this time, nothing. I went to investigate, and the artifacts were gone. I'm sorry I can't be of more use. Some amulets, some rings, a katana, all of Akaviri design. Priceless relics. Very valuable and very well loved by the Count. Best of luck with your investigation.
Investigation. Так, подожди.
Can I help you? An interesting question. We keep records of expenses from members of the Bruma court, especially the times it's coming out of our treasury. However, we don't give this kind of information out to anyone who so much as asks. Why do you want to know? Truly? I see an honest glint in your eye. I think you are telling the truth. Well then, I will get you any information I can from the records. One moment while I go check them. You just wait around here. Well, I've checked the records. There was one account of Afana Idici hiring some mercenaries for a job similar to your description last year. She spends a lot of time around the castle. You can go speak to her if you wish. Out of memory, there was another who hired some mercenaries for a bandit raid last year too. It was, Simon Gautier.
Gautier.
Yeah, that's the one. Not too sure on the details. I'm going off of memory here, since his mission wasn't recorded in the books. Huh. Strange that. We usually keep thorough records. Well, anyway, I hope I was of some help. But that's all I know, and all the books know. Best of luck with your investigation. What is it?
Так.
Indeed I am. I handle the day-to-day business of the county on behalf. County Bruma is the jewel of Sirodil. Though the mountains may be frosty, the hearts of our people are as warm as the brightest hearth. Of course, that's not to say that she... But we don't let that put a dampener on things. That's the Nord way, after all. And Bruma's as Nordic as she is imperial.
You know what's even more satisfying than arresting a criminal? Seeing them rot in a cell.
Не забываем сохраняться. Это у нас служебное. Ага. У нас здесь Талмар сидит.
Oh, look, an infant. Hunt down and execute Talos worshippers, keep people in line, and enforce the White Gold Concordat.
Так, ну тут, в принципе, можно их вырезать. Ладно, оставим на потом. Может, какое-нибудь задание с ним связано.
Hello. Clean, mostly. I do all the work that nobody... Thanks for asking. Talk to you later.
У нас... Дверь. Что-нибудь видел?
Hello. What do I do? What does it look like I do? Sit in a rigid chair all day? I'm a servant of the Count. I cook the food around here and I do actual work. Unlike that obvious? Yes, I know it's supposed to be a great honor and my future children should worship me for putting up with it. But this isn't how I planned to live my life. Back in the good old days, I owned my own bakery in the Imperial City. Citizens from all over Tamriel came to sample my cuisine. Unfortunately, some deals I made to keep my business going went south. Far too fast for me to adapt. I lost everything. Well, suffice it to say, now I'm here, reduced to serving. Ugh. What do you think, this is a storefront? Oh, who am I kidding? I could use the gold. Here, let's see if we can make a trade.
Я хочу тушеный кролик. Грузный хлеб, ну ладно. Cider is apple watch. Соль от тебя возьму. Арбузный сок.
Bye.
Пока. Так. Ага. Кухня. Ничего брать нельзя, да? Ясно, опять гостевое крыло.
Hmm?
Так он спит. Даже ничего взламывать не нужно. Так, почитаем. Вполне симпатичные орочьи бабенки. Интересно.
Shoot, sorry. The recorder's acting up again. Stupid thing.
Ну и шуточки у вас. Дневник нужно забирать или нет? Давайте прочитаем. Тут не понимаю, то вернутая любовь, то дневник, похоже, нам надо забрать.
Did you do it? Did you plant the note in Gordier's drawer? Oh, I am aflutter with excitement. Excellent. Here, take a bit of extra coin. My treat. I can't wait until Simmond reads it.
Так, подожди.
Hello. What? No. No, of course not. That's preposterous. Goodbye.
Can I help you? Talk to you later.
Can I help you? Do? My father owned land. I inherited what he owned. Oh, but I do love conversations like this. Feel free to come back and chat about it again sometime.
Так, хорошо. Насыщенный заданием замок. В общем-то, в оригинальной игре такого даже не в каждом. Так, я здесь все смотрел. Не знаю, идти где-то ночевать. Так. Сначала бараки. Разбудим их. Спят они тут.
Mind yourself. Feeling clumsy today? An alteration expert, huh? How about you turn my skin to stone? I'd go down a riot at the barracks.
Нормально, у стражи свой бар.
Heard
You
bandits
must have a
set up
feather
in
light
Thundered
foot and
Mine.
one keen eye to risk
Brigands.
wearing such light
We clear
armor.
them out, they always
Not to
come
mention
back.
some real stones.
Интересно, они стражники, кто сумел переодеться, кто нет. Так, понятно.
Hey, I've heard of you. The traveling master smith, right? Can you forge me one of your legendary weapons? My arm would thank you. Gerals are cold this time of year. And every time of year.
Интересно у вас подземелье.
Be careful if you head into the northern part of the county. That area is prone to avalanches.
Тюремщик, а где этот? А, вот. Ага, интересно.
Shh. I heard strange noises nearby.
Удочки.
Oh wait, false alarm. That was my stomach.
Так, если ну, что-то сюжетное будет. О, здесь можно спать. Хе-хе-хе. Тихо, меток нет. Ну ладно. Позже замок Брума. Мы все исследовали. Что ж, похоже, что он одноэтажный.
Hello! Have a great day in Bruma.
Спасибо. Ну да. Такой вот одноэтажный замок.
It's a fair position, at least on a temporary basis. My brother's up in Skyrim. They can take giants clubs to the face for all I care. I like the people here, especially old Farsvar.
Так, здесь тепло. Здесь можно греться. Кладбище. Просто богатый дом.
Damnable tavern! Damnable owner! How dare he allow that lizard to engage in such a salacious display? Scandalous!
The Gerald View is quite an agreeable venue. So, what can I... Well, nowhere compares to what's in High Rock, of course. Well, there's the Nern Theater. You'll find... Other than that, not much springs to mind, I'm afraid. See you.
Welcome to the Gerald View. Talk to you later.
A long time ago, near a city called home, was born quite the scoundrel, a boy full
The
of
Gerald
storm.
View. We have drinks, beds, and food. Which do you need? Any? Or all? Ah, your room rental also includes complimentary access to the Gerald View bathhouse on the lower floor. Peruse it at your leisure. Our customers find it very rejuvenating. Allow me to show you to your room. Right this way.
Flare, he chased down her brother straight to a fiend's lair. The brother
watch
was eaten by goblins and wraiths, but Melvin of Skingrad he hid in some crates. And when he tried fleeing, he fell on some glass. He woke all the goblins who ran for his ass. Straight back to the village, the fiends and their bones, the...
Комнаты в подвале. Не очень радушные вы.
Welcome to the Gerald View.
Goodbye.
Welcome to the Gerald View.
Так, значит, это моя комната.
Welcome to the Gerald View.
Did I ever tell you how I owned an inn? It wasn't exactly intact for very long, though. Okay, you have my permission to slap me.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Хорошо. Интересно, почему сундук... Ты уже здесь поселился, да?
What is it?
Welcome to the Gerald View.
Привет. Это кто?
What is it? Hello. Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you?
Так, посмотрим вашу баньку. О.
Ah, another patron of this fine bathhouse. Please come in, come in. The water's fine. Excellent, even. This water is delightful. Truly delightful, yes?
Так. Надо поспать до 9 утра и к графу туда идти. Где этот кот-то?
What does this one need? This one has been falsely accused of stealing from Icewind Traders, the general store. They tell him he has stolen their hides, and that he is selling them at his stall. This is false. This one has done nothing of the sort. In fact, perhaps you could help. Aedius Villius is the captain of the guard here in Bruma. If you speak to him, perhaps he will change his mind. This one fears he considers him a dirty thief and will not hear his pleas. Because the accusation is false. Regardless of this one's past or his future, he has not stolen from the merchant. He does not steal from hard-working business owners. He steals from the pampered, the opulent, and the unjust. So, in helping this one, you would, in fact, be hastening the course of justice, not jeopardizing it. So, what do you say?
Видите, им даже лук ему надели, чтобы еще больше ассоциаций было. Ну, я поговорить-то могу, конечно.
Thank you. May you eternally walk on the warmest, glistening sands. These pleasantries please you, yes? Then Khajiit will continue.
Не очень по пескам хочется. Так. Это у нас что? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. себе яблочный пирог какой у нас. И пиво с утра можно. Сладкий чай. Ну давай сладкий чай.
So we paid around 5 gold for the ale and 10 gold for some sweet rolls. How much do we have to tip, do you know?
Tip.
Welcome to the Gerald View.
Уже 9 утра. Спать ложишься? Ну ладно.
Yes? See you.
Talk to you later.
Saw a beautiful stag the other. Lots of refugees coming in from Skyrim. Civil war is getting pretty nasty, I hear.
Так, ну гражданскую войну мы закончим. Ну, пока не до нее. Так.
What is it?
Until next time.
Ну, сейчас же утро. Такое утро, конечно. Ты кто?
What can I get you? Until next time.
Don't delay. Patronize today.
Так, как у нас время 9 утра.
I'm half tempted to ask you to warm me up with some of your fire magic. Don't do it, though. Then I'd have to arrest you.
Can I help you? Until next time.
Is there something I can do for you? It didn't, mostly, and thank the Divines for that. Of course, there were Dominion scouts roaming the Gerals on occasion, but that's to be expected. Minor skirmishes are not what people refer to when they speak of the horrors of the Great War, though. They mean the Battle of the Red Ring. They mean the sacking of Anvil. And these are evils that Bruma was spared. Her walls remain unharmed, and her buildings remain upright. That being said, Sirodil herself reels after the Great War, emotionally and psychologically. It took its toll on the whole province, and Bruma is no exception. Bruma may be spared the physical scars of the Great War, but the mental scars, they run just as deep here as they do anywhere. Bruma is the jewel of the Gerald Mountains, a strong and hardy city, imperial in name, but equally Nordic by blood. And while the county surrounding her is frosty, as Viscount Carvain says, the hearts of our people burn brighter than the warmest hearth. We have our share of problems, I won't deny that. But Bruma is a prosperous county given the times. Compared to Shadenhall and Breville, Bruma might as well be paradise. And at least we were spared the horrors of the Great War. Mostly. It's a complicated task, let's put it that way. On the one hand, there are the Imperials. On the other, there are the Nords. And then, there are the other cultures to contend with as well. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the Stormcloak uprising in Skyrim has complicated things to a certain extent. But I'm proud to serve Bruma and her people. I am Silas Carvain. I have the singular honor of acting as Count of Bruma, defending her walls and ruling over her people. I am young, and I know some use this as ammunition with which to criticize me. But they are short-sighted, and they are foolish. I act in the best interest of Bruma at all times. I will always fight valiantly to defend her from threats both within and without. That is what matters. Well enough, I suppose. The Great War mostly spared Bruma. Thank the Divines for that. Most of Sirodil didn't have such good fortune. Not particularly, no. I certainly... These are truly dark times for the Empire. But something makes me think this one's different. If it's work you seek, speak with my Viscount, Marcius Carv. He's more likely to have work for you than I. He spends most of his time in the castle. Goodbye. Is there something I can do for you?
Good morning. See ya.
Hello. Goodbye.
Так. Что-то мне эту вазу придется красть.
Sorry, but you've got to go.
Ваза.
Feeling clumsy today?
Как пока постой.
How's it going? You go on ahead then. There were some recordings I had to organize anyways.
Вот он же меня не видит. Ой, что за дырка?
Ah, an alchemist. I respect your trade, but don't go overboard picking flowers. I like my garden just the way it is.
Шуточки за 300.
He's accused of stealing from Icewind. Wait. Don't tell me he roped you into having the charges dropped. I have sympathy for the cat, being accused like this while the bigger fish swim free. No, but Cetus made the accusation. I don't know what you expect me to do, but I can't just drop charges on a whim like this. You have a point. Your word, along with... Very well. However, I'm afraid it does come with some strings. Consider the charges dropped. But D'Artagnan will be evicted of... No way I can get away with dropping these charges without... It's no secret he's a thief, but he's... Well, tell... Oh, felt strange to say that. Anyway, you should probably go tell D'Artagnan the bittersweet news. You know what's even more satisfying than arresting a criminal? Seeing them rot in a cell.
Greetings, Nord. This one hope... He has? This is wonderful! Thank you for all the Wait, what? This one understands. He thinks Bruma citizens will have to do without their friendly neighborhood cat burglar. For now. But where will this one go now? His home has been taken from him, and the Geralds are not so hospitable for sleeping rough. This one will... But whenever you're back in Bruma, come visit poor old Tak now, won't you?
Please, madam. Just one septim. I am. I try to be fairly humble. Why do you ask? Are you interested in helping? There certainly isn't much a lowly Argoni. Thank you. I am a beggar. I can't even afford a roof over my head, and I can barely afford to eat. However, if you were to deal with Reynard, I can arrange for you to be paid.
Damnable tavern! Damnable owner! How dare he allow that lizard to engage in such a salacious display? Scandalous!
I may serve Count Carvane, but I take commands from the guard captain.
Before you ask, I don't sell poisons. Like, really. I wish people would stop. Good, good. A powerful restorative item.
Record 2E55. Dragonborn ventures on valiantly, so very heroic, giving
Can I help you?
regard to his followers' loudly grumbling stomach or need for sleep.
Goodbye.
Talk to you later. Heal wounds, restore willpower, regain your...
You're back. Any news on my wife? Who's the spineless wretch that sold us out? Tell me, now! Gautier? Wait, a Breton? Really? A Breton? Weak-willed, soft-spoken, magic-practicing ponces? How could a Breton overcome an orc, even with bandits on his side? I remember overhearing talk in the castle that Simon had a luxury manor up in the east of the Gerals somewhere. Go search this guy's home. See if it actually was him. Find... If it is the damned Breton, that's when we act.
Вместе по месте, давай. Надо выйти из города. Подожди, этот город вообще не загружается уже.
Good morning.
Ancient Nordic ornaments, weapons, armor, you name it, I have it.
Ah, watch where you're going.
Пробежимся тут.
Hello. Farewell.
Да, нахапал заданий. И это что? Похоже, что-то зависло. Ладно. Видимо, надо заканчивать. Продолжим в следующий раз.